Yeah, this is Gilbert, postgraduate certificate in education, that is secondary science into bracket physics with QTS. Yeah, the course has a long name. Yes, at St. Mary's University. Yeah, I'm a St. Mary's University student. I've had a lot of questions about how you're going to prepare financially for this program, even though it comes with the government bursary. Mind you, I'm not talking about Ghana government. I'm talking about the UK government that is sponsoring you to come and then pursue this program so that after that you're going to teach science here in the UK. Yes, despite the fact that it comes with bursary, every school has their own conditions. So depending on the school you're gonna get, would that is what will determine your conditions and then also financially how you're going to prepare. But mostly I'll talk about St. Mary's here because I'm a St. Mary's student and I know much more about how to prepare financially if you're coming to the St. Mary's University. Yeah, before I proceed to how you're going to budget your money or how you're going to budget things, I would want to plead with you that if you want to chat me, if you want to come into my DM and ask me any information, you are free. That is this if you have my number, if you have my WhatsApp number or if you have my email address, you can send me any question regarding anything you want to know or something like that or regarding this program. But what I would plead with you right now is that don't just send hello and then go wait for me to come and reply before you send me what you need. No, just go straight to the point. You can't even skip the hello part. Just go straight to the point. Just put your question there because that one will save us much more time than typing hello, waiting for me to come and reply, and then sending you how are you and all that. It doesn't help. It doesn't really help because I might not have that luxury of time because here, we're dealing with time a lot. I'm sorry about that, but I don't mean to be rude and I don't mean to be like, let's say, as some people will call it arrogant. No, I'm not being arrogant. It's just that to help you and me, we have to, go it by that way so that as you send me the how do you call it, you send me the question, I come and see the question and then maybe I give you a prompt reply or a prompt answer to your question, or sometimes I have to go and research before I get you the answer. So please do not send me hi and wait for me to come and reply before you send me your question. Just send the question and then I'll get to you. Yeah, even if you don't greet, it's fine. Just go straight to the point. That will save us much more time. All right, so let me go straight to the point. Yes, I know some of you are waiting to have your interviews. Some of you also have had yours already. It's all good. And if you've had your interview and you're waiting for an offer, I pray that it's gonna come so that you can also prepare to come to the UK. And if you haven't had your interview yet and maybe you've booked a date or something, I wish you all the best in the interview. But after the interview, you're gonna get a conditional offer, and this is it. Please, if you get the conditional offer, read the conditions on the offer and make sure you understand the conditions before you proceed to any step. Yes, and you're going to meet all the conditions before you'll be allowed to make the initial deposit. For St. Mary's, the initial deposit is £2,500 for physics specialists, and then for modern languages, it is £5,500. Yeah, £5,500 for modern languages, and it's a bit of a bad news though. We can't do anything about it. That is beyond control. It's beyond our control. So if you are financially strong, yeah, you can just give it a try and then meet all the conditions, and if you are given the go ahead to make the deposit, then you make it. Yes, about how much you're going to need for this traveling process, I want to give you a breakdown. This is an estimate. There are some of the amounts are the actual amount, but I don't know whether they will increase it or they will not increase it. So take this as an estimate or as an overview of how much you're going to need. Yes. Firstly, you're going to need your police report. You have to prove to the school that you are not a criminal in your country. You're going to need a police report. I don't know for other countries, but for Ghana, usually it's 500 cedis or less, depending on how urgent or how early you want it. Yes, 500 cedis or less. So you can put the 500 cedis down, and then it can be slightly more than that also. So let's say 500 cedis. And the tuberculosis test, if you're coming to the UK for more than 6 months, you would need to um convince them that you don't have tuberculosis. So for that one, at the hospital where I did my, I paid 1,000 Ghana cedis, but that amount is charged in dollars. So if you're applying for the tuberculosis test, you go through the designated hospitals. The UK have some designated hospitals where you have to go and do this test. You can't do it at just any hospital. No, you would need some designated hospitals. They will give you a list of these hospitals in Ghana and in your country as well. So I did mine at Wellness Hospital, which is located in Sakumono. So you can go there and do it. But if you go and they charge you more than 1,000 Ghana cedis, please don't go and fight them, because as I said earlier, the amount is charged in dollars, and then you know that the dollar to Ghana cedi rate increases from time to time. So that amount can also change. But this is how much I paid, which is 1,000 Ghana cedis. And then if you are coming to the UK for more than 6 months, again, you would need a health set charge. You would need to pay an amount for let me say health insurance. Yes, for you to understand it better, that one is £1,035. So if you're coming for a year, it's £1,035. If it is 2 years, you pay times two of that amount. If it is 3 years, in that order, you're going to pay times three. But usually, because this course is for 10 months, you're going to get 1 year 6 month visa. So you would not need to pay for the whole 1 year 6 months. You pay for just 1 year, which is £1,035. But at the time that you're going to apply, usually they will convert the amount into dollars. It's still the same thing. If you prepare your £1,035, it's still the same thing. And then the visa application fee is £490. That is for the regular one. So the £490, also I think if you're applying, it will be converted into dollars, but it's still the same thing. The dollar to pounds rate doesn't really change. Yeah, it's still the same thing. So £490. And then that if you come here, you have to get a place to sleep or get a place to lay your head. Yes. And that one too, if you are coming to St. Mary's University, the school is located in London, West London, Twickenham. So renting around Twickenham, let's say Hounslow, Feltham, St. Margaret's, Whitton, all these places are around Twickenham. And these places are close to the school, yeah. Richmond and all these places. Usually, let me give you a range, yeah, because let me give you a range because I cannot give an actual amount. I think from £650 to £800 is okay. 650 to £800 is okay, depending on how big the room is, depending on the conveniences in the house. Yeah, from 650 to £800 is okay. And if you are renting in the UK, you have to pay a deposit. I don't know if it's the same thing everywhere, but I know of UK. That is why I said if you are renting in the UK, you have to pay a deposit. The deposit is not part of the monthly rent. So let's say you've had a house or a room that goes for £650. You would need to pay an additional £650 or less, depending on how you negotiate with your landlord or landlady. um you need to pay it, but usually it is the same amount as the first month rent. So let's say you've had a room and it goes for £650, you would need to pay an additional £650 as deposit, so that if you are leaving the place or vacating the place and you haven't spoiled anything, everything is intact just as you came to meet it, then you take that money. So that money serves as a security to the properties in the room, so that if anything gets damaged, they're going to deduct that amount from the deposit. So let's say you get a room which goes for £750, you have to pay the same £750. Usually it can be less, but it all depends on the person you're getting the room from. Yes, so that is also for the rent. And for the flight, it depends on the airline you want to come with. And then also it depends on the time interval between when you are booking and when you want to come to the UK. So as we are in November right now, as the time I'm recording this video is 5th November right now. So let's say you want to come to the UK on let's say 15th December, which is close. The amount you're going to pay is going to be more than someone who will come in next year January and booking at this time. So the time interval between the time of booking and the time you want to go to, or you want to come to the UK, depends on how much you're going to pay, and then also the airline. So if you are taking Air Maroc Royal, you're not going to pay the same as somebody coming with British Airways or Virgin Atlantic or Air France, Delta, or something like KLM, and then many others. So it depends from airline to airline. Yes. If I want to use mine as a case study, then I would say that okay, I came with Air Maroc Royal, and I think I had 1 week interval between the time of booking and the time I wanted to come. So I paid £16,500. 16,500 cedis. Sorry, it's 16,500 cedis. I'm very much sorry about that. Yeah, 16,500 cedis. But I think there was something small added to the 500 cedis. So I don't remember the exact figures, but I remember the 16,500. And somebody came with the same airline, but he had about 1 month interval, so he paid just 7,000 Ghana cedis. So it depends on how early you get your visa and how early you do the booking, and then the time interval between the time you're doing the booking and when you want to arrive in the UK. So basically, this is a breakdown of how much you're going to need to come to the UK or to come to St. Mary's University. Yes, I remember I've talked about the initial deposit for science students, which is £2,500, and then for modern languages it is £5,500. And then also I talked about the police report, which usually goes for 500 cedis depending on how urgent you need it, and then also tuberculosis test depending on where you do it. I got mine at 1,000 Ghana cedis, and then also the health set charge, which is £1,035, and then the visa application fee, which is £490, and then the rent depending on the size of the room, or depending on the conveniences in the house, you can pay from 650 to £800. So you can prepare like 1,300 to, let's say, £1,600 for the rent because of the deposit you have to make. And then also the flight, which I got mine at 16,500 and something cedis. There is something that was added to it, and when making all these payments with your credit card, you would need to pay e-levy. So you have to bear in mind that one too. You would need to pay e-levy. All of these payments I made, something was added, something small was added as e-levy. So you need to take that one also into consideration. Yeah, I think I have answered your questions, but if you have any question also, you can put it in the comment section, and then I'll get time to answer all these questions. So per the budget I have given to you, this is based on let me say, using St. Mary's as a case study. You can get a school where you pay more than that for the initial deposit, and then you can get a school where they don't take initial deposit. It all depends on the school. So this is a breakdown to give you a fair idea of how much you're going to need when coming to the UK. Yeah, thank you.